Okay, I'm back. Wow. I had an email from GoDaddy. I gotta call them and curse them. Son of a bitches. Yeah, a lot of people need to have the truth told to their face. So, real love is when you don't need anyone, you don't cry, you don't beg, but you just sit there and you're happy. You have peace, and you know who you are. That's real love. And you can identify the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to live and be thankful for a higher attribute of reality than what people accept in this quagmire of shit that we call life. There's a higher Zen experience, a bliss of unity, of people just like I explained. People that don't have to have the approval of others. People that are not going to constantly say things like this. I'm tired of men telling me something. Fuck you, little bitch. People that respond like this. Why are you always talking about things that don't make anything to you? It's not your backyard. Fuck you. You don't have the right to talk about my religion. Fuck you too. You don't have the right to go to your religion. You know why? Because every religion, every goddamn way of life on this planet, other than being oneself, is fuckery. It is the degradation of an independent life. We went from independence and self-sustainability. We took a big step into codependence and reliability. And now we're thousands of years past innocence into something like this. Life is like this on Earth today. The vast majority of people are walking around living a good life like they think. They value their life. They have possessions. They have monetary aspects. They have learned dedications and machinations. They go to church. They have a faith. They do this. They do that. All in the name of the fear of death and the fear of God and the fear of someone finding out how fake they are. We went from independence to many variations of codependence. We went from values of one's own life to not even giving a shit about your next door neighbor's children. Well, that's not your business. Why are you worried about that? Fuck you so hard, I hope it blows your brains out your head. If you hope the fuck you hit so hard, boof, boof, and the brains fly out. It'd be the best thing that could happen. Your children are my children. I live like that. Your wife is my sister. Your mother is my grandmother. Your dog is my respect to you. Your land is nothing I will ever covet. Your opinion, though, is something I can scrutinize. If your life is obviously supporting the main tenets of what destroyed society on Earth, categorically in history, if you possess the ability to not look at what created your church, your way of life, your values, your inability to live and value your fellow man or yourself, then you're culpable to have people like me or the world court look at you and call you a murderer. Because yes, it's your fault. It's your world. But you don't do anything to regain what an obviously good stewardship of this world would be. Internationally, deep down in the bowels of international human rights law. Thank you, Ninong. Merum Defensor Santiago, one of all. Deep down in the bowels of international human rights law is a basic tenet. A living human should have the self-respect to mind their business, take care of themselves, and not be a burden to society. Now, past that basic tenet, once a human, man or woman of age, legally bound to social standing, should stand on their own and should thrive to be an example to others of said same clauses and statutes: life, independence, self-sustainability. Now, in such case that one of us is not able to fulfill our obligation to life, it is subparagraph hidden statutory type shit. It's your responsibility for your mother, your father, your son, your daughter, your wife, for you, as long as you can, in the best way you can. Take care of your people. Do not allow your people to be a dredge on society. Now, you get into more complicated law. What's happened over the hundreds and thousands of years, facilitating life for a human has been so laborious and so costly that the elite, the oligarchs, the Illuminati, the people who created the religions and the money and the obstacles you call your way of life, they have taken advantage of the fact that you don't know how to be yourself anymore. They have given you time. They have laboriously watched you allow your elected officials to steal, kill, and destroy. And ironically, in their own way, all the karma in this world that's evil is yours, because you chose it or you allow it to happen. You don't want to be accountable for anything because you have a misguided view of yourself. You see, as it is, the way it is in the world, you can't afford to stand and be so selfish as to not give a damn about your neighbor's children or your neighbor themselves. But you should be very careful not to enable them and not to put your mouth in their life. You should have a wisdom to realize that we're coming back to the original human age of Aquarius bullshit. You know what that really means? Y'all better start respecting women again. Real women, and not these fucking excuses. Most women are a goddamn excuse. That's a fact. If you leave your children to go get a job in another country, you're a useless bitch. Useless. If you don't stop your husband from beating your children, well, don't cry and scream when the man beats you. You're a useless bitch. If you can't close your legs because you can't seem to have the the wherewithal to keep a man, you're a useless woman. You're bringing children into the world for no reason. See, there's a lot of standards that people are not going to like. Because along the way of us not caring for ourselves, along the way for us allowing